Hi, how's it going, guys? We're here talking some Penn State football. We just got the win over Michigan State on Saturday, and it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good to be 4-5 or 3-5 now. Uh, Having a chance to go 4-5 next week against Illinois, and then maybe go to a bowl game. It's definitely fascinating how the season's kind of going the last few weeks. You just definitely feel a little more optimism around the program. If we can close out this season well, that'd be great heading into next year. And I think overall, this team definitely still has to improve on some things. It's not like they're beating really good teams; they're beating bottom half of the league teams. But it's just at the end of the day, it's just nice to get a few wins. Um, because I was worried personally they would go winless after we started 0-5, and um, that didn't happen. We've won 3 games now, and very well maybe 4 or 5. So I think when you look at Sean Clifford, I think he's getting better. He's not turning over the ball as much. Just seems more confident. Just seems more relaxed, understanding what he needs to do, not trying to force anything, which is good. Hopefully, I think he looks about like he did last year. Hopefully, maybe he can take a step forward next year and be better. But we'll see about that. The receivers, I'm very excited for our receivers. Jahan Dotson, obviously, tremendous receiver for us. I think that he is a guy that's probably going to go to the NFL next year, but if he came back, that'd be great. Um, and then Parker Washington, a true freshman, had 2 touchdowns, I think 90 something yards against Michigan State. I'm really looking forward to his future. He's a guy that I think has a lot of potential. And then Keandre Lambert, another guy who isn't really as productive, but he's definitely getting a lot of reps in. He's starting, and he, in every single game, I'd say he's done well enough to at least look at him and say, okay, this guy is definitely an option for the future for us. And I think that at receiver, we're definitely set. I'm even looking at the 2022 class, and there's a lot of receivers on the board that we can get that are interested in Penn State. So people were worried that Taylor Stubblefield coming would kind of reduce the talent in the receiving room. Well, I don't think that's the case at all. Hopefully, we keep putting more talent in the receiving room and we end up developing them well. And then on the offensive line, I think that they have looked better compared to what they were the first few games this season as well. I think that they're dominating up front more, and I think overall that's good. You need to have a good O line in football. It's very rare that a team that has a bad O line or not even that like an okay O line goes to win a Big Ten or a national championship. It's very rare. You could argue that we did that in 2016, that we won the Big Ten without a very good O line, which I think is probably true. Because we had really good playmakers on the outside and we had a good defensive team, I think that year too, and so we were able to surpass that, but it's rare. We were probably one of the few teams to ever really do that. And I think I think on the defensive side of the ball, um, this is a team that is good, and it's hard to judge them because I want to see him go up against better offenses than if like in the first half, it's unacceptable to be giving up to like his first year starter. He hasn't even really started, I don't think, this year much. This might be his first start. He threw his first touchdown against us. Um, it's kind of unacceptable what happened in the first half, but second half they cleaned it up, got it together, which is good. But I'm still a little bit concerned about the defense. They have looked better, but I wonder how much is the opponents getting worse or how much the defense is improving. Because when they went up against better offenses, they struggled, and now they're going up against not very good offenses. They're kind of they're kind of starting to do well. But I mean, Rutgers had a solid offense. We definitely held them a lot under their average, which is good. Um, but overall, this is like I said, this is a team that just needs to make sure heading into next year they finish on a high note. Because like I said, this team has a lot of potential. Um, you can see it. It has some talent. We'll see who comes back next year and who doesn't. But at the end of the day, this is a team that has potential to be a very good team next year. And I think that the end of this season is important in having momentum heading into next year. All right. Well, thank you guys. We are Penn State.